My dad bought this 10 Commandments in Lois Pratt illustrated on a nice frame. And I had looked at that picture of 6 Commandments. Thou shalt not kill. That's the picture had Cain had killed his brother Abel. Now, what how in the world could a brother do such a thing? I've pictured Christ out saving life. I want to be like Christ out saving life instead of taking life. And that's the reason I take up medicine.
Desmond Doss was drafted into the Army in April 1942. He wanted to serve his country, but electing not to bear arms, the Virginia native instead joined the Army Medical Corps. Assigned to the U.S. invasion of Okinawa, where deeply entrenched Japanese forces hammered American troops from caves and tunnels, Doss and his battalion were ordered to assault a jagged 400-foot escarpment overrun with Japanese defenders.
Japanese had been there for years. They had that mountain honeycomb and camouflage, looked like natural terrain. And that's what we had to face. So I remember 8 or 9 of those Japanese positions we destroyed before we contacted A Company. And when the day was done, I didn't have a single man killed. The next day, we thought the big job was done, but instead, everything we was trying this day went wrong. We threw all types of high explosive demolition on the Japanese position. We decided it was only one thing left to do. We had 35 gallons of high-octane gasoline and 5-gallon Army water cans. 2 men cut off, opened the can, let up. 2 of them literally threw it over the bank. The ammunition dump must have gone off. That whole mountain just seemed as if you can take anything and be able to slide it. But to our surprise, out came these Japanese from both sides for us.
Showering Doss's battalion with artillery, mortar, and machine gun fire, the Japanese drove the majority of the group back down the face of the escarpment. But dozens of casualties were still left behind.
I had these men up there, and I couldn't leave them. They were my buddies. Some of my men were families, and they trusted me. I didn't feel like I should value my life above my buddies. And so I decided to stay with them and take care of as many of them as I could. I didn't know how I was going to do it.
Doss remained to tend the wounded, dragging them to the cliff's edge and attempting to lower them down the escarpment.
But I didn't have enough rope to do the job like it should be done. Then the Lord brought to my mind that knot I learned in West Virginia I'd never seen or heard of before.
Relying on his childhood experience rescuing flood victims, Doss fashioned a special sling that enabled him to lower the men one by one to safety.
So I just kept praying, Lord, please help me get one more, until there was none left. And I was the last one down.
By nightfall, he had managed to rescue 75 fallen comrades.
There's 15 of us got the medal that day. When my time came, I went up. President Truman, man, he came out and he stepped over the line and caught me by my hand and shook my hand like an old-time friend, somebody been knowing all his life. He didn't even give me a chance to get nervous. When you had explosives and bullets so close you could practically feel it and not get wounded up there when I should have been killed a number of times, I know who I owe my life to as well as my men. That's why I like to tell this story to the glory of God, because I know from a human standpoint I should not be here. You can't always win, but when your buddies come to you and say they owe their life to me, What better reward can you get than that?